Hello, everybody. I'm Lorin MacDonald, and thank you, Jen, and thank you, the Walrus and Deloitte Canada, for this evening in the lead up to National Accessibility Week. It matters who we ensure is in the room for these conversations. The speakers on this stage tonight bring many intersecting identities and lived experiences. What brings us together is the conviction that rooms like this must be designed with everyone in mind. Tonight, this room was. That is rarer than it should be. As Jennifer mentioned, I was born with profound hearing loss. I have spent more than 30 years in human rights, law, and disability advocacy in this country. And after all these years, this much has not changed. In every room I have entered, I have had to negotiate for the right to participate. Canada enshrines equality in its charter and celebrates it in its speeches. And yet, when I say I need captioning to participate, the response is almost always surprise, as though it had never occurred to anyone that a person who cannot hear might enter the room. That default reveals how theoretical equality still remains for far too many. A human captioner is transcribing on the screen the words right now so that everyone can fully participate in this conversation. And yet, accessibility is still treated as optional. For years, I have been excluded from events that did not provide captioning, even when I asked. And at some point, we must acknowledge that when the same omission recurs year after year, it is no longer an oversight. It is a decision. This is ableism, the structural kind. It rests on the assumption that every person can hear, see, and move through spaces without obstacles. Inequality that is invisible to the majority is inequality they will never feel compelled to address. Equality is not an accommodation. It is an obligation. In 2017, I represented a young woman who was barred from using a restaurant washroom because of her disability. 3 years later, the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario confirmed that this action violated the Human Rights Code. A washroom, core to human dignity. These are the battles we are still fighting. As diversity, equity, and inclusion faces retreat across North America, disability is once again the first thing abandoned and the last restored. 1 in 4 Canadians lives with a disability. More than 8 million people. They are your family and friends, neighbors and coworkers. And they are your future self because disability is the only marginalized identity anyone can acquire without warning. Yet, it remains the one identity our institutions feel entirely comfortable disregarding. Ableism continues as the last acceptable prejudice because it is the last to be named. It lives in the structures and assumptions of everyday life. Name it. Once named, it cannot be ignored. Every one of us then must decide what we intend to do about it. I am here to ask for what no Canadian should have to ask for: the ability to enter a room and participate with dignity. It is a right. And until we honor it as one, the word inclusion describes only the distance between what we promise and what we deliver. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.